From the New York Post, over the weekend, a 24-year-old migrant was cornered and stabbed to death by four other immigrants in the tent city on Randall Island in New York. Only one suspect has been arrested, and the whereabouts of the other three men is unknown. Some migrants have claimed that many immigrants have split into factions based on their ethnicity and native country, with Hispanics, Africans, and Haitians occasionally at odds. Claims that many immigrants are armed with knives and petty crimes happen often. Okay, so the reason why I'm bringing up this story is not really so much about uh, the crime or the murder, because we see a lot of us see what's going on. It's more so because it's really not about this next point. In about 10 or 15 years from now, I could see the Democrats and the left blaming Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis for basically segregating these immigrants, splitting them based on their color and their ethnicity and all this other bullshit. And they're not doing it. These people are doing it themselves. Why? Because that's how humans are. We go with the group that's most like us. The people that speak Spanish, like me, if I was in prison in, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say here because I speak both English and Spanish. But let's say I didn't speak English, I would go with people that speak Spanish. If you speak French, like a lot of these African immigrants, a lot of them speak French, they'll go with the people that speak French. The people from China, they'll go with the ones that speak Mandarin. That's just how humans are. The real reason why I'm bringing this up is because I really don't think we're going to be able to effectively deport a lot of these immigrants. There's more than 10 million of them, and a lot of Americans are very forgiving. And we want to see others prosper. That's just how Americans are. So even if we get Trump, I don't even think Trump would want to deport all of them because I think he actually likes people. So I don't even think he'll go that far either. But I don't want America to be like Sweden and the Somalis, where the Somalis never really integrated with Swedish culture, and now they're basically their own faction. They're second and third generation Somalis that were born in Sweden that are basically still Somalis because they never integrated. And I don't want that. And America already has that. The government, it's either not very good at integrating new immigrants or they just don't want to. And I believe that they just don't want to. And it's because when there's another ethnic group, basically the vote is up for grabs. And usually the Democrats get it. And I think that's why a lot of these channels on YouTube, you see them. I'm gonna try to describe it. They talk about a social issue and they make them pick a side, and then they argue about who's the right side. And there's channels like they talk about police brutality, the black experience, LGBT rights, and it's in America. Everything's based on America. How, the female empowerment. They talk about these kinds of things. They're channels on YouTube, and if you notice, a lot of those people a lot of them lean left, and a lot of them, it bothers a lot of these people whenever a black man dates a white woman. And it's very strange, at least it was to me at first. So the people that argue in favor of gay rights and gay marriage, and the people saying you love who you love, it bothers them that black men date white women. It was very strange. I'm like, why? It seems that we're way past that, but in their mind, it's a problem. And I wondered for a long time, why is it a problem? But now I'm starting to see why. Because, in my opinion, I really don't care who marries who. But in my opinion, I think it bothers them because if a black man has a baby with a white woman, that baby's he's not going to look like his dad completely or his mom completely if they're black. He's going to look like both. He's going to be light skinned, probably blue eyes, but you can still tell that he's mixed. But if that baby grows up to be an adult and dates an Asian or a white woman or a Latino, there's a lot of light skinned Latinos, their baby's not going to look black at all. And then I think in the mind of a lot of these leftists and a lot of the Democrats, they're thinking that that baby, that I guess that third generation child person, he's not going to have the black experience, and we might lose a vote. I think that's what goes on in their mind. That because that baby is not black, even though he is a descendant of African Americans, he's not going to vote Democrat. And I think when I was a kid, when I was I still remember this, being in fourth grade, my teacher told me because I'm Latino, I'm a Democrat. I must vote Democrat because I'm Latino. And there's a lot of similarities between blacks and Latinos when it comes to voting. And I think that's what concerns the left and the Democratic Party, because they think way ahead. I'll give them the credit. They think way ahead, and I think that's what they're thinking. They don't want to integrate. I think that's why they created ghettos and they put all the black people in there, because they wanted to keep whites and blacks from mixing, and there's more whites than blacks. So eventually, their future descendants would have been white, with black hair, with black grandparents. And I think that's what scares them, because in America, the white vote, it's basically 50-50, but not the black vote. The black vote is mostly Democrat. And but if they integrate a lot with the whites and the Latinos, and a lot of Latinos also are starting to lean Republican, they're in their mind they'll eventually lose the black vote. And I think that's why they don't want to integrate blacks and whites. They don't want them mingling around. And I think that's the future plan with a lot of these immigrants. They're not going to want them to truly embrace the American experience and to truly embrace the ideas of the founding fathers. So I'm bringing this to you because I really don't think we're going to be able to get, deport a lot of them. And honestly, it is hard once you actually meet them and talk to them. It is hard to say, just throw them back. It is hard. So, let's do the next best thing and teach them the ways that made the country great. Teach them the ways that made them want to come to this country in the first place. All right, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you later.